Well, hey guys, this is Austin Awkward. I'm Adam. Thank you so much for joining me and my lamps. I'm thinking about renaming the this bit awkward between the lamps. So, at any rate, I was just sitting here thinking about my childhood, which was a lovely and beautiful childhood. And I was remembering a story, and it's the first time I think I ever felt truly awkward, or at least I was aware of my awkwardness. And I had to have been 7 or 8 years old, and we went to the McDonald's there in Chester, Virginia, home of Rudy Johnson, I think, just a couple other folks. So at any rate, we went to the McDonald's at the Chester, Virginia, and I was probably 7 or 8. That means my brother was maybe 5 or 6, maybe even a little bit younger. Maybe I'm not remembering exactly right, but that's what happens when you get old. You can barely remember what happened when you were young. So we had our meal, and after the meal, I asked my dad if I could have a sundae, a hot fudge sundae, because when you're that age, as I now know with children of my own, there's nothing in the world more exciting than a hot fudge sundae. Nothing, I swear to you. If you can just mention ice cream to your children, they'll just freak out on you. Like, oh, ice cream is the best. And so, lo and behold, my dad said yes, which wasn't always the case. We lived in a time where people still made food at home for their families. So eating out was a big deal, even at McDonald's. And so my dad gives me, I don't know, $1, maybe something $2 to go order a hot fudge sundae. Now, this was a really big deal for me because I can't remember a time before this when I went and ordered my own food. I was a little bit of a shy child, and so that was this was a huge deal. So I get all excited, and I'm super nervous. I can remember being very nervous and kind of having tunnel vision as I walk up to the register, and of course the kid behind the register is some teenager, and who cares what he thinks, right? But when you're 7 or 8, that kid is an Adonis. He's the very picture of wisdom and coolness. So I I get up there and I order my food and everything's going great, and I hand them my money and I get the change back, and I'm so excited once I get the change back that I've made the order and I've broken through this very difficult and treacherous process, that I totally forget to wait for them to hand me my ice cream. And I just run back to my seat. And I go back to the seat, and I'm so excited. I want to show my dad and mom that I paid for the food, and then I get back and I realize, hey, Adam, you forgot the ice cream up there. Um, and I did what any rational 7-year-old would do. I froze. Right? I said, I'm not going back up there. I'm terrified. That's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me in all my life. And it got worse because my dad said, go up and get it. And I didn't want to go get it. And I refused to go get it. And so my little brother, who was maybe 5 or 6, as we mentioned before, he goes up and grabs the ice cream and brings it back to me. Showing up his big brother, no doubt, and making all the awkwardness even more awkward. And so now that I'm looking back on it, I'm like, man, that is where it all began. If only I could go back in time and tell my 7-year-old self to get over himself and go back up there and get the ice cream, and it's not a big deal, and let it go. But hindsight being 2020, that's what happens. So it's only gotten worse from there, and I suppose it's going to continue to get worse. But in the meantime, I've had some fun being awkward, and I hope you're having a little bit of fun hearing all of my awkward stories as well. All right, guys, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you next time.